Welcome, it's Denome. Something major just happened in New York that may actually cause a market-wide crash, starting with real estate. And I have to talk about this, even though this involves Donald Trump. This video is not pro-Trump or anti-Trump. I'm simply talking about what this ruling means for the markets going forward. So what happened here is that the former president Donald Trump has to pay $355 million to New York State for simply lying about the values of his properties. And as you probably know, Donald Trump has a lot of properties in New York. And basically what happened is the Democrats in the state made a case against Donald Trump that his valuations are too high. No one was hurt, no one was damaged. What had happened is Donald Trump had bought real estate in New York, and then he used his existing real estate valuations as a base to get access for more loans. He was paying back the loans. This is a very, very typical thing as a real estate investor that you do, that you use your existing real estate as a base for getting more loans, and you get more favorable loan conditions. And it's absurd, in my opinion, that anyone can be sued for that practice because it is common throughout the real estate market, everywhere, with every investor. And what this basically means is that simply because it's Donald Trump, he was persecuted, and because he's in the presidential election, he was persecuted because of that. But who can now trust the real estate market? Because if Donald Trump's valuations are too high and he was sued for it, maybe someone else also has real estate where the valuations are too high and they have to pay for it. And it's not only $355 million that Donald Trump has to pay, he actually has to pay the interest also. Let me find the position where that was said. Let me actually find it here. 450. So he has to pay the interests on the profit that he made here, and the final amount is $450 million. And not only Donald Trump has to pay this, his co-defendants, basically his sons, have to pay $4 million each, and some other people have to pay a little bit as well. So it's a little bit absurd situation. And people who have real estate in New York has to be thinking, will I get sued as well? Because if the former president of United States can get sued for this basic practice, maybe I can get sued as well. So it's just absurd in my opinion. So what happened here when we take a look at the case and take a look at the smile? Here you can see Donald Trump. Take a look at the smile of the judge. See? Oh, he's so happy. He's so happy he was able to take down Donald Trump. But I don't think they actually thought this through, because what this now means is that everybody might be afraid of actually having too much real estate. So this ruling may cause a ripple effect through the markets. And if I owned any real estate in New York, I would be worried, especially if my political interests are not aligned with the interests of the Democratic Party, who was the main accuser of this trial. So that's the situation there. Now we ask the question, is there a real estate bubble in United States? Here we look at the statistics, the average sales price of houses in the United States. And as you can see, the gray line here means there was a recession, and the blue line here shows the average sales price of each unit sold in that time period. So when the chart goes down, it means that the average sale price has dropped. And when we take a look at the situation right now, you can see that the average sales prices have dropped. And whenever this happened before, it caused a recession here in 2020. It caused a recession in 2008 as well, after the prices started to decline. So we're looking at a potential recession scenario here as well. So that's one indicator. Another indicator is the supply of new houses. So these are all of the houses all of the new houses that are built in the United States, and how long it takes to to get rid of this supply in months. And as you can see in 2008 crisis, this chart went up. In the 70s, it went up. In the 80s, it went up a couple of times, and then it was followed up with a recession. And right now, what we can see is that the supply is going upwards, but there is no recession yet. And then another indicator, and this is a little bit good news for you guys, because as you can see, the number of months on newly completed homes is still quite low on this chart here. But this is not a reliable indicator, because as you can see, a recession has happened before, despite basically this chart not showing any information. But another chart here, when we take a look at the new houses for sale, you can see that these are accumulating. So new houses are being built, but they are not being sold as fast as in 2020 and 2021. And as you can see here in 2008, this number just accumulated until it was not sustainable anymore, and that caused the crash here. So we're kind of looking at an increase here, a rapid increase. So there could be a real estate bubble. And what we at least know is that the assets that Trump was holding, about $450 million worth of assets, were overpriced. So if other assets are overpriced as well, this should cause a shockwave through the system and cause basically a panic scenario. Am I going to get sued, or have I given false information on my property? So I think this could cause a black swan event. Of course, I could be wrong here, and it's just the individual case. And of course, Donald Trump will go to appeals court with this decision and try to overrule this decision. But despite all of this, I think this has given a blow to the justice system. It has given a blow also to the real estate market, because now people have to ask the question, at least to themselves. And psychologically, if you simply ask a question, wait a minute, is my real estate also overvalued? That simple psychological effect could already cause a market-wide crash. So what I have done with my assets is that I actually took a little bit money out of crypto, simply for the case that this might spread. So I want to have money if there's a crash, so I will be ready. Unfortunately, I will not gain as much upside if I am wrong, but I want to protect my capital as well. And this thing just came out of the blue. I wasn't thinking the real estate market will crash as soon as this. And all of the bullishness that we've seen, I thought it was gonna continue. But I do have to take a look at the reality, and many people follow Donald Trump, and this news will be spread far and wide. And now it's Saturday, and there's gonna be Sunday. So with crypto markets, you still have time to actually take action before the markets open on Monday. So after the markets open on Monday, if there's not a crash, I will probably buy back in crypto. If there's a crash, then I know that I have been protected. So that's basically my analysis of the situation and given my opinion on the situation as well. So you can take action however you feel fit. So that's it for this video. Hope you thought this was valuable, and maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't agree with me, maybe I overlooked something, so let me know in the comments. And if you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe and like the video as well, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks and bye bye.